Hello everyone, I'm Paul and today we are solving problem 3713, longest balanced substring 1. This is a medium problem and here I will show you my intuition, approach and efficient solution. We are given a string S with lowercase English letters and we need to return the length of the longest balanced substring of S. And here we have the definition of a balanced substring. It's just a substring where all the different characters in it appear the same number of times. So let's say that we're given this string. In case you don't know what a substring is, it's a contiguous selection of characters. So we can form a substring with these two characters, or with these three, or with these two, but we can't form a substring with these two characters because they are not contiguous. In this case, we could take this substring, for example. This is balanced. Here we have 1D, 1A, and 1B. Given that every count here is a 1, this is balanced. So the result could be 3 because the length of this substring is 3. But we are trying to find the length of the longest balanced substring. So we could take this substring instead, and here we have the character A 2 times and the character B 2 times also. And given that 2 is equal to 2, this is also balanced, and the length of this string is 4. And this is the maximum length that we can get for any balanced substring, so the result in this case is 4. As you can see here, we can use a frequency map. In case you don't know what this is, here we use unique characters as keys, and the values are the amount of times that we see each of these characters. For example, here we see character A 2 times. So we are using a frequency map for each substring, and we are iterating every possible substring in this string. Now the question is, how can we do this? Well, we can have two pointers, I and j. They are initially here at index 0. And every time we will have an empty frequency map. So we are moving the j pointer and every time we are adding the current character into our frequency map. Right now this is empty, so we can add the character D. And this is the first time that we see this character, so the count is 1. Now we are checking if every value in this frequency map is equal, and we only have a 1, so we are good to go. We can count this as a valid substring. And the largest valid substring that we've seen so far is this one with the length of 1, so the result up to this moment is 1. Now we update the j pointer and the I pointer stays here because this is the left bound of the current set of substrings. This will stay here until we reach the right endpoint with j. So now j is here and we don't have A in the map, so we add A. And this is the first time that we see this character, so the count is 1. And now we are checking if these values are equal. And given that they are, this is a valid substring. So in the result we keep the maximum between 1 and the length of this, which is given by j minus I plus 1. Here j is at index 1, I is at index 0, and 1 minus 0 plus 1 is 2. So the length of this substring is 2. And the maximum between 1 and 2 is 2. So we update this to 2. Now j is here, so we add b. This is the first b that we see. And now every value here is equal, so this is a valid substring. And the length here is given by 2 minus 0 plus 1, meaning 3. And 3 is greater than 2, so the new result is 3. Now we are here, we have another b, so this is 2. And now, given that these values are not equal, we have to continue. This is not a balanced substring, so we need to continue. Now we are here, we have an A, and the count for A is now 2. And now these two values are equal, but they are different from this one. So this is not a valid substring neither. We need to continue. Now we are here, this is the first C that we see, so the count is 1. And these values are not equal, so this is not a valid substring. We can continue. And now, given that we reached the end of the array, we update the I pointer to the next index. So this is the new left bound for the current set of substrings. We are trying substrings from here to the right. And every time we need to reset the shape pointer back to wherever we have the I pointer. So right now shape is here. And every time the frequency map will be empty again. So now this is the first character that we see, so we add a and the count for this is 1. And given that we only have this in the map right now, this is a valid substring. The length of this is 1 and the maximum between 1 and 3 is 3, so we keep 3 in the result. Now we do the same as before, we need to update J until we reach this right endpoint. So next J is here, so we add B and the count for this is 1. And given that these two values are equal, this is a valid substring. The length of this is given by index 2 minus index 1 plus 1, meaning 2. This is the length of this substring. And the maximum between 2 and 3 is 3, so we keep this in the result. Here we have another B, so the count for B is now 2, and these two values are different. This means that this substring is not valid. Now the shape pointer is here at index 4 and we have an A, so we add 1 to this count, and given that these two values are equal, this is a valid substring. And the length of this is given by the shape pointer 4 minus the I pointer 1 plus 1, meaning 4. And the maximum between 4 and 3 is 4, so the new result is 4. Now J is here, we have the first C, so the count for this is 1, and now these values are not equal, so this is not a valid substring and we can continue. Next, the I pointer is here, we do the same using this as the left endpoint of the current set of substrings, then we repeat the same process. Next I will be here, then here, then here, and finally the maximum possible result will be 4. Now regarding time complexity, it's big O of n squared because we need to iterate every possible substring. We are doing this with 2 pointers, I and j, and this requires big O of n squared time complexity. And here n can be up to 1000, and 1000 squared is a relatively small number, so we can handle this. Now, from each substring, we are checking if the values in the frequency map are all equal. And here we can have up to 26 different characters because we can have only lowercase English letters. So from every substring, we are checking if these values are all equal. We can do this with a nested for loop in this frequency map, and by doing this we require 26 squared, or we can transform this into a set and check if the length of the set is 1, and by doing this the time complexity will be just 26. In any case, the overall time complexity will be big O of n squared because 26 is a constant number, and space complexity will be big O of 1 because, as I said before, here we can have 26 elements as a maximum. So with this in mind, now let's go with the code and hopefully you will get the idea. First, n is the length of S, the result is initially 0, and now we need to iterate every possible substring. We can do this with a nested for loop, so for I in range n, for j in range from I to n, and whenever we move the I pointer we want to reset our frequency map. So this is frequency map is equal to a default dictionary with a default value of 0 for every key. That's why here we use the word int. And from here, every time we need to update the frequency map with the current character, s at j. Here we add 1 to the count, and now we're checking if every value in the current frequency map is equal. And there are different ways to do this. Here we show you 2. We can have a variable equal, which is all, and here we're checking if b1 is equal to b2 in a nested for loop. So we say this for b1 in fm.values, for b2 in fm.values. So this is method number 1. And now we're checking if equal, the result is the maximum between what we have in the result and the length of the current substring, which is given by j minus I plus 1. And finally, we can return result. So let's submit this. As you can see, this works, but we have a small room for improvement here. And that's because of this nested for loop. We can replace this with equal is equal to a set from fm.values. And this will give us unique numbers. That's what we do with sets. And now we're checking if the length of this set is exactly 1. Well, this means that every value here is equal. And if this is true, we do what we did before, and finally we return the result. So let's submit this. As you can see, this also works and it's slightly more efficient. This is it for this problem. So if you found this useful, please drop a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.